Hi, we're making a low light succulent arrangement with 2 plants. If you saw us before, we were breaking apart a mama jade, and so I've got some red jade here, and then I've also got some very nice Hoyas. Other plants that you can add that are like that to an arrangement would be an aloe, a Seneco, or a string of pearls, string of beads, string of hearts, string of dolphins. There's so many string ups. Very cool. We've got a lot of them on our website if you ever want to check them out. But let's go ahead and put it together. Like I said, I have a red jade here and some Hoya carnosa, and I also have my succulent soil, and I have my rooting powder. A couple of the tools that I also have, my finishing brush, and that's to wipe off any soil or perlite or stuff that gets on the leaves. I also have my shovel, and I have my root presser downer. I'm sure there's a better word for it, but that's what I call it. And let's get started. Oh, and I have my bucket of rocks. I'm losing rocks, but that's okay. All right. Oh, and then I also have my Weed Water Wednesday pot. This is a hyperfuta pot. You can see there's perlite and sphagnum moss in there to really suck away any of the water that tends to happen sometimes, where it just sits at the bottom and that causes root rot. That's the #1 killer for all sorts of plants. We make sure that doesn't happen. We've got drainage holes, and yeah, it's a great pot, and it's great for succulents. We have all our things. Let me just this is the biggest thing that's going to need the most sturdiness, so I want to make sure I get this in the bottom. And I just want to make sure to see which way that I want it. That's great. Kind of on the deeper side. I use my hands in the beginning whenever it requires a lot of soil. You can use a shovel if you want to. Planting, it's your jam. I don't mind dirt. In fact, I kind of love dirt, so. Okay, we want to just make sure that we get that good and sturdy. You want to be gentle of the roots, but still make sure that you're packing down the well-draining soil, because you don't want there to be a lot of air pockets for mold and bugs to live in. So you want to pack it down. They also like to be root bound, and their roots are pretty shallow. So another tool that I like to have is, it's like a hole maker. This is actually a seed marker. It has a ruler on it. You can use this. You can use a chopstick, a wooden stick, anything. Just something to make the hole for it to go in, and then pack it around it so you're not disturbing the roots. Again, the roots are the most gentle part, really. If a leaf falls off, no problem. You just put it into a tray of soil and you have yourself a baby in 3 to 6 months. All right. Now we will take our Hoyas, and I like the idea of it just kind of laying around it. So I want to make sure that I make the hole at an angle that I can come in like this. Get some of that rooting powder. Because I like to see a little bit of diversity and brushy on the base, you want to make sure that you leave a good centimeter to put rocks on from the lip. Otherwise the water is just going to be flowing over, and that's annoying. Okay, this is my final one. He's the shortest and has really great roots, so I am going to check him out. I want him to, yes, So just make a hole. You can make it with a chopstick, you can make it with a finger. I use my finger because I want to feel that if I'm disturbing the roots of the other plant, I just want to make sure that I'm careful around it. Okay. So I'm going to stand those up a little bit. Now, if you want it to grow up a little bit higher, grab a toothpick or a rock and just give it a little bit of something. This is a rock. For it to get used to growing up. Okay, give it a good tap down. Use this tool. Perfect. And my finishing brush. Just move this away so we can clean up and know that everything we see is pretty. Here we are. Then we will take our rocks. What do you think?